Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today, we're diving into a paper titled Deep Industrial Image Anomaly Detection, a survey published on January 27, 2023. This paper provides a really thorough review of how deep learning is used for what's called industrial image anomaly detection, or IAD. Essentially, industrial image anomaly detection involves using AI to automatically spot defects or anything unusual in images from industrial manufacturing. The authors look at everything from network designs to datasets, and they even point out some ongoing challenges in the field. And speaking of resources, the authors also shared a fantastic GitHub repository alongside this survey. It's an awesome list that they're keeping updated, packed with papers, datasets, and links to implementations of state-of-the-art methods for industrial image anomaly detection. So it's a really valuable resource if you're looking to explore this area further. Alright, so to give you an idea of just how comprehensive this survey is, the authors include this Table 1. It compares their work to 3 other related surveys on industrial image anomaly detection. And you can see, well, their paper covers way more ground. For instance, they look at 20 different industrial image anomaly detection datasets, while the next closest survey only covers 9. They also discuss 6 different metrics for evaluating performance, and they explicitly address neural network architectures, different levels of supervision, which basically refers to how much labeled data, data already marked as normal or defective, is needed to train the AI, and the practical context of industrial manufacturing settings, all areas where this survey really stands out. Okay, so Figure 1 here gives us a kind of roadmap for the entire survey. It starts with the main topic, image anomaly detection in industrial manufacturing, and then branches out. A big split you'll see is between unsupervised anomaly detection, which, as we touched on, primarily uses normal data for training, and supervised anomaly detection, which uses labeled examples of both normal and defective items. The survey digs deep into unsupervised approaches, categorizing them into feature embedding-based methods, which learn to characterize normal data so anything different stands out, and reconstruction-based methods, where models try to rebuild normal images, and failures to do so indicate anomalies. It also considers specific industrial manufacturing settings, like working with scarce data, or anomaly synthesis, which is about creating artificial defects for training before moving to datasets, performance analysis, and future research. Following that overall map, Table 2 here dives into a specific category of those feature embedding-based methods we talked about, namely teacher-student architectures. These are quite neat. Essentially, a larger pre-trained teacher model, which already has a good grasp of image features, helps train a smaller student model. This table summarizes several of these approaches, detailing their specific loss function, which is like a scoring system, guiding how the student learns, the type of pre-trained model used as the teacher, often powerful ones like ResNet, and key highlights of each method's unique approach to this knowledge transfer. Okay, so Figure 2 here gives us a nice visual of how these teacher-student models, which we just saw on the table, actually work. On the left, you see an input image, looks like some industrial cables, being processed by both a pre-trained teacher network and a student network. The student learns by trying to mimic the teacher's understanding of normal features through a process called distillation. Any significant differences in their feature outputs, as shown by the arrows feeding into the anomaly map, help pinpoint defects. The graph on the right then visualizes this. A larger distance between the teacher's and student's feature representations suggests an anomaly. Alright, so moving on from teacher-student models, Table 3 here looks at another type of feature embedding approach, specifically one-class classification methods. The core idea with one-class classification is to train a model that learns a really tight boundary around what's considered, quote, normal data. Anything that falls outside this boundary is then flagged as an anomaly. So this table, much like the last one, lists various methods, their specific loss functions. Again, that's the rule guiding their learning, any pre-trained models they leverage, and the key innovations or highlights of each particular technique in defining that normal boundary. Okay, and this Figure 3 gives us a great visual for how these one-class classification models, which we were just talking about with Table 3, actually work. You can see the training part on the left. The model learns the features of normal samples, which are represented as blue dots, clustering inside that central circle. This circle becomes the decision boundary. The orange dots, representing artificial abnormal samples, are shown outside this boundary. Then, during testing on the right, a new normal sample correctly falls inside, while a new abnormal sample falls outside, getting flagged. So after one class classification, Table 4 here introduces us to yet another family within those feature embedding approaches. These are called distribution map methods. The idea here is that the model learns to map the features of normal images to a specific target probability distribution, often a Gaussian distribution, which you might know as a bell curve, a common pattern in data. Anomalies are then detected if their features don't fit well into this learned distribution. This table, like the ones before, lists different methods, their loss functions, any pre-trained models used. ResNet is common again, and the specific highlights of their approach to this distribution mapping. So after exploring distribution map methods, and before that, one-class classification and teacher-student models, it's clear there's a whole toolkit of sophisticated AI approaches for industrial image anomaly detection. This survey really excels at organizing these diverse techniques, making it invaluable for anyone looking to improve quality control in manufacturing. It shows just how vital this research is. And that's our AI Research Roundup. Thanks for listening. I'm Alex.